Hi, I'm Nancy O'Neill. Today on Suncoast FYI, we talk about this year's summer camp programs with Sarasota YMCA VP of Marketing and Development, Tracy Spalsbury. Learn how people in our community can help with the Campaign Against Summer Hunger event from All Faiths Food Bank CEO Sandra. Then Executive Director Mary Bensel tells us what we can look forward to from the Wezel Performing Arts Hall. All next on Suncoast FYI. Our first guest in the studio today is from the Sarasota YMCA. Vice President of Marketing and Development, Tracy Spalsbury, is here to talk about their upcoming summer camp programs. Welcome to the studio.
Thank you.
You've got a lot going on. I went on your website and there's just tons and tons of events going on. So what are some of the summer programs that are available this year?
So we've got a bunch of summer camp programs because we really like to keep a variety because every child likes different things and parents like different things. So we have our traditional day camps at both of our branches. One's in Potter Park and one's off of Euclid. And so those traditional day camps are going to be some inside, some outdoor kind of activities. They start at 5 years old and go all the way up to about 17 or 18. And then we have other programs that are more sports specific. So you've got soccer and basketball and tennis and gymnastics. And then of course we have what we like to call sort of our teen program. And so we tailor the activities more towards the teenage age group. We have a lot of things with the Aquatics Center. So if you want to become a lifeguard in training, we have a lifeguard camp. We also have synchronized swimming, which is very fun. Yeah. It's kind of ballet in the water, if you will. And then we also have a league for swimming during the summer as well. So a lot of, when you think Florida and you think summer, you think of the pool.
Right.
Some of our outdoor camps do a lot with our Alpine Climbing Tower, which is located at our Potter Park branch. And we also have the Aquatic Center, which has the water park that people seem to love. So lots of slides, lots of things for kids to do.
Okay. And how long are the programs? How long do they run, Tracy?
So they typically start the first or second week in June and go through August. And there are different time slots that your children can be a part of. So they can go for a week. We do have some programs where they can drop in for a day or two, or they can add on to traditional camps. So if they're doing a traditional day camp but also want to add gymnastics, they can do that as well. So
how about levels? I mean, you have beginner, intermediate, and advanced. I mean, if somebody's taken tennis lessons with you before.
For sure, yes. We definitely have different levels for the kids, and then we have a younger camp call for the kinder side of the house, which is usually starts at 4 years old as well. So yes, we do have different levels for them.
Okay. So now you were saying the camps are located at 2 different locations. Are you offering the same ones at both locations, or are they
There are some different camps at some of the different locations. The traditional camps will be at both, and then depending on which branch, because obviously we have some different setups at the branches. So, but we do have field trips. So some of the kids get to actually go off of campus and go to different things like a Sky Zone or other places of that nature. So, and depending on where they want to go, because we have so much, I would say definitely pick up a brochure that we have at the branches, or you can get it online on our website.
Okay, and now I know that there are some people that may find it a little expensive to send their children to summer camp, especially if they have more than one.
Sure.
So is there financial aid available?
Yes, so we also, before I'll talk about the financial aid, we do have a member rate and a non-member rate. So obviously if you are already a member at the Y, that rate's going to be less for you versus a non-member. And then we also do have financial aid or scholarship assistance. And we just wrapped up our annual campaign, and that is a 6-week fundraising campaign that we do, and a lot of of that fundraising campaign dollars go to help pay for kids who can't afford camps, so they can have a great experience this summer.
So let's see, there was another one. I don't know whether you mentioned it or not, but it caught my eye, leadership programs.
Yes, there's a leadership camp, and that is going to be located out of our ESJ branch or the Potter Park, and that allows it's going to be more like a counselor in training leadership program that allows them to sort of take it to the next level. So it's not going to be as much of activity based like arts and crafts and those types of things. They have more of the leadership component.
Okay, and now the folks that you have with your students and your children for the camps, are these young people who have gone through this training? I mean, what are their credentials?
So all of our camp counselors obviously have the credentials depending on what they're doing. So if we've got people that are teaching the lifeguard classes, they are lifeguards.
Right.
And we've got people that go through a significant background training, of course, or background screening, of course, because they're working with kids.
Right.
And so everyone has a training level, and we actually have orientation for the camp counselors, and we've got great program directors in place who handle all the hiring and handle really searching for those talented people that help us out during the summer, for sure.
Any particular event or program that you'd like to talk about? Event, I'm thinking about synchronized swimming, so I've got that stuck in my mind as an event, you know.
Well, the sort of, I would say, kickoff this summer, even though it's a little bit, it's in April, but on April 28th, we have what's called our Healthy Kids Day, and it's at both of our branches, so it's a Friday night, it's from 5 to 8, and we open the water park, so it's kind of opens up that summer feel for everybody, and it's free to the entire community. You don't have to be a member of the Y, and we typically have bounce houses and face painting, and you know, a lot of times we partner up with Home Depot or Lowe's, and they do some great, you know, woodworking things for the kids, and there's always some great vendors at the event.
Okay.
I will also say, which I neglected to mention, is that during the summer programs, we do partner with other nonprofits, and we provide breakfast and lunch.
I was just going to ask you about their meals.
Yes, we do have lunch and breakfast available for those that need it, for sure.
Now, where can our viewers go to find out more information about you?
So they can go to our website at sarasotaymca.org.
Okay. Well, there's a lot on there.
There is.
So
you really can find something for everyone.
Parents need to take some time and go through it, but you've got something for everybody, I think. So
We
you got
do.
it covered. Great. Thanks for being here.
Thank you.
Coming up next on Suncoast FYI, we talk to the CEO of All Faiths Food Bank about their campaign against summer hunger. So please stay tuned. Sandra Frank is CEO of All Faiths Food Bank and joins us today to talk more about the campaign against summer hunger. Welcome back.
Thank you so much for
Nice
having
to
us back
see
again.
you.
Thank you.
Now, I know you started the campaign the earlier part of April.
Yes, we had the
right?
kickoff on March 29th.
Okay.
We did.
Tell us what the campaign is about.
Sure. So, as we've talked before, half of the children in the Sarasota School District, about 21,000 children, receive the free lunch meals, and then when school ends, hunger begins for those children because the school meals go away. So the summer campaign was designed to help raise awareness of that issue, and also food and funds to feed children all summer long. So we kicked off the campaign, and that would be the fundraising piece of it. We kicked that off on March 29th.
And it goes through May 14th?
It goes through May
Officially?
15th.
May
Yes.
15th.
And there's a challenge match, dollar for dollar challenge match until that date.
Okay. Is that something new this year, or have you always done that?
That's always been an element of the campaign, and I that seems to be what really resonates with this community. If they know that they can give $1 and it's really worth $2,
Yep.
it really seems to generate interest and support for feeding kids during the summer.
And I did that
Yes, thank
last
you.
night.
Thank you.
Yes. Yes.
So much.
Thank you. So what else have you added this year? Is there any other elements this year?
You know, we've kind of taken a different approach to it. This is our 4th year doing it. The first 3 years, we really truly told a sad story of the kids who are hungry and the consequences, and that's still the case. The kids who are hungry over the summer start school much farther behind the others. But we thought we'd kind of turn it this year and talk about hope. and give it an upbeat message that if we can help feed these kids, they will succeed. And so we introduced 2 little girls, Emily and Mia, who are best friends.
Yes.
And they do everything together. And the mystery was, before the campaign launched, that one of these little girls was going to be hungry over the summer, and which one would it be? So from this point on, we're talking about Emily. Emily is the little girl who will face hunger this summer.
Okay. And it's not necessarily the child that you expect to be hungry that is always the case.
Yes.
You know, they
Right.
hide it so well.
Right.
They're so just happy all the time. You know, they keep that inside, and it's so sad.
Yeah.
It's so sad.
Yes.
And also something that you brought out, not only the 21,000 children, but their brothers and sisters.
That was kind of a learning for us from the first 3 or 4 years of the campaign, is that we were aware of the children who were in school, but the little brothers and sisters, the little baby brothers and sisters, are not in that count. And those are the invisible kids, and those invisible kids are going to be hungry over the summer too. So we estimated Sarasota and DeSoto, because we serve both counties, the number of kids we know who are at risk from the school system, add the little brothers and sisters, and we think there are closer to 40,000 children, which was kind of mind-numbing to think that.
It is.
But about 40,000 kids are at risk this summer.
And I'm sure that's grown over the years. Have you seen the number increase?
You know what's interesting is the number has stayed the same as it was in 2008 or 9.
Interesting.
So we've had a recovery, economic recovery for some
Sure,
people, but
right.
not for most of these families here in our community. So they're still struggling. And you made a good point, is that with little kids, you can't tell who's hungry,
Yeah.
because their smiles and their laughter are going to mask
Yeah.
the fact that their tummies are growling. It's just, you can't tell by looking at a child who will be hungry.
Oh my gosh. So you collect all the food. How do
Yes.
you get it out into the community? How do you reach these children and families?
You know, we do it through partnerships, because they're not in school. There's not one place where the kids will be. They're dispersed and spread all over the community in various places, whether they're in childcare or camps or at home. They're everywhere. And so the first couple of years, we learned we have to work through partnerships. So we know we have at least, last year we had 154 different partners. And you know, I don't want to be trite. It takes a village.
Yes.
I don't want to be trite, but it did take
does.
that many organizations to help feed. So we provide the food, and they help feed
Well,
the
I mean,
kids.
to get that much food out to
Yes.
40,000 children,
Yes.
there has to be, you know, a huge number of volunteers. And I know that's one thing that you're looking for. There's several things that you need. Volunteerism, donations, what else? And what,
food
what
donations, yes. The cash donation is fabulous, because we can always, with our buying power, we can purchase more than anyone can in a grocery store. So the match is fantastic, and we really encourage people to take advantage of that. But also food drives, because right now a lot of our northern neighbors are going back. And empty your shelves, empty your
Absolutely.
pantries, and give to this campaign, this summer campaign, to help feed
And where
kids.
can they go do that?
You know what? They can go. This is a wonderful partnership. Any Goodwill, all the Goodwills in Minnesota area
Yep.
have the barrels, and they can
Okay.
donate there, or they can contact us if they have a large food drive. We're happy to drive out and pick it up.
Okay, and volunteers, you always need
We
volunteers.
never have enough volunteers. I think we may have 3,000, and we never have enough, because we need the help over the summer to literally distribute food to kids. It's very hands-on. It's very direct, and if you want to feel good about doing something, do that.
And it doesn't take a lot of time. You can
No.
do it for
An hour.
an hour.
You can give your day, you can give an hour. Anything is,
There's always
anything is
something to do.
appreciated. Oh, plenty to do.
Awesome. Well, so nice to see you
Thank you,
again,
Nancy.
and keep getting those donations and helping those kids, because we need more people like you out there.
Thank you so much. Thank you to Suncoast FYI for your partnership too.
We love it. Thanks.
Take care.
Thanks so much. Coming up next on Suncoast FYI, we talk about Kinky Boots, a musical at the Wezel Performing Arts Hall. So please stay tuned. Our final guest this week is Executive Director Mary Bensel from the Wezel Performing Arts Hall. Always great to see
Good to see you too.
you.
There's always excitement going on,
Always
isn't there?
excitement going on. Always excitement going on.
At my place, at least. For sure.
So Kinky Boots.
Yes, it opened on
my
Tuesday, and I saw it on Broadway a couple of years ago, and it's so much fun
It
and
is.
exciting. And of course, we still have some tickets available. You know, it's sold really, really well. But we have a show tonight at 8 o'clock, and Saturday at 2 and 8, and Sunday at 2 and 7. So there's still a chance to
plenty
get
of
out
time.
there.
Really have to go see it. I
the
saw it
dancing.
on Broadway as well, and it's just hysterical and so uplifting. I mean, it's definitely one to not
It
not
really
to miss.
is, and I mean the dancing is unbelievable, and it's so much fun,
Yeah.
and I really love it.
Yeah, great. Who's the lead in it?
Well, when they tour with different people,
Sure.
but the lead really is there's two main characters. One is the guy whose father's shoe company is going down the tubes,
Right.
and they are not selling enough shoes, and
Yeah.
so he wanders into a drag queen bar one night,
Yep.
and there is this very famous drag queen performing, and they're bemoaning the fact that their heels keep breaking off their boots. And so he sees an opportunity and turns the father's shoe business into a different kind of factory.
Different kind of factory.
So
And
it's
it
a lot
just
of fun.
goes from
yeah,
there. It
yeah.
just
And of
goes
course
from
there's
there.
a love story and all sorts of things going on, but it's just one that makes you happy.
Yeah, you leave feeling great.
There you go.
So, moving on.
Yes.
Frankie Valli was rescheduled.
Yes, Frankie had
Yes.
had a medical issue, nothing major, but his doctor
Great.
wouldn't let him fly.
Okay.
And we had a sold-out performance in February, and so it's been rescheduled for Saturday, May 20th. And because a lot of the people that snatch up the tickets right away are snowbirds,
Right.
we still have a couple hundred left, and so
Excellent.
this should be a chance for people who are local to get out and see it. And the issue is people always say, why don't you do things in the summer and in the spring? And so we have some this year. So people can call 953-3368 or go to the Van Wezel box office, or we have a website. And I always caution people to go to our official website, vanwezel.org, because a lot of other ticket sellers that are out there that look like us, and they triple and quadruple the price.
Don't do that.
No.
Don't do that. Go directly.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
so you make
It's the
sure you
best way
have
to go.
a real ticket.
And you get the best seats.
And you get
that
the best
way, too.
seats.
That's right.
Absolutely.
Now, you're closing the season, like you said. You've added a couple big headliners.
We
What's
have
the
two
surprise?
divas. We have two divas coming. I have been so excited for years to bring Idina Menzel. Now, people might know her from John Travolta famously murdering her name on the air of the Oscars. She, of course, was the Broadway star who won the Tony for Wicked. She played the Green Witch Elphaba, and then she was the star of Frozen, the movie, and that she sang that famous song that I'm sure many mothers and fathers and grandmothers had, oh my God, because it was Let It Go, because all the little ones were singing it. And her show, they really compare her to Streisand. And that is on Saturday, May 27th. And we have a lot of great tickets. And this show is just getting accolades. And then, of course, we're ending with the lady who sings the blues, Miss Diana Ross. And she's coming on a Friday night in June 23rd. And again, these shows are normally in season. And it just happened that Diana was coming down to Florida I think to do the Essence Festival or something like that. And so we're lucky to have her.
It amazes me. I mean, you just find all these people and they want to be here.
They do, and they
do.
never, once they've been to the Van Wezel, they never forget it, and they love. I remember when Harry Connick drove up the first time and he's like, my God, it's purple. It's purple. You don't forget a purple theater.
No, you don't. No.
But I mean, we don't go quiet in the summer. We do Friday Fest.
Yes, Friday Fest on the lawn, right?
On the lawn, on the bayfront, and it's out on the lawn, and we'll get 3,000 to 5,000 people coming out, and we have 4 of them. One starting in June, and the first one is June 16th. Doug Deming and the Jewel Tones, and they do blues and rockabilly. Another one, July 21st, Kettle of Fish with country.
They're great.
August 25th. This is one of my favorite, John Movement, and they do reggae and calypso, which is so much fun on the bay.
Yeah.
And then the September 15th, Reverend Barry and his Funktastic Soul.
Oh my gosh,
And they
I
are great.
saw him this year.
They are great.
They are fabulous.
And Friday Fests are free. You know, you come, there's no charge.
You bring a
and you
chair?
bring a chair or a blanket, and
Okay.
a lot of people get up and dance, and you know, and then we have food vendors. You know, we have ice cream and pizza, and we sell beer, and you know, it's just
Yeah.
a wonderful evening watching the sun come down.
And there are a lot of people still here in the summer
There
to
are.
take advantage
There
of that.
are. And
Yeah,
so we have a
should
great
go.
time. We have a great time. And then, of course, we're also in the middle of selling our subscriptions for next year.
Well,
so.
this is it. So
Yes.
that was my next question.
Okay.
Are you going to give us any idea of what's going on next year?
Yeah, absolutely. We've put on sale our Broadway, our classical and dance series. The Stars and the other shows go on sale, and we announce them in September. But our big show next year is going to be Motown, which of course is about the life of Berry Gordy, and actually it's about the life of Diana Ross and Smokey Robinson, and it's just a huge big Broadway show. There's a new show called Circus of 1903 that's never been done before, and I am bringing the elephants back to Sarasota. And in this, it is the puppets that, you know, if anybody had seen War Horse, these guys just embodied the horse.
Gosh,
and
yes.
so they have got a couple of elephant puppets that in it. And it's not puppets in the sense of, you know, a hand puppet. It's
Right.
big life-size puppets. And it's just going to be really excited. We're partnering with Circus Sarasota on some events around that. And then we've got the Wizard of Oz and Cabaret, and Jersey Boys is coming back for a quick run-in. And then for classical series, Renee Fleming, I think the greatest opera star currently singing. In fact, right now her career is transitioning. She's on the front page of the New York Times every week about something, and she's actually going to, right after our show in January next year, she's going to be opening in Broadway in a new production of Carousel. So I'm very excited about that. And
Well, thank you. Thank
Lots
you.
of
Thank
things.
you. Can't wait to see what else you have up your
Great.
lovely purple sleeves.
there you go. Purple just for you.
I love it. Thanks, Mary. Always a pleasure.
Thank you.
Thank you for tuning in to this week's episode of Suncoast FYI. We'll return after a short break. If you would like to promote your business or community event on Suncoast FYI, we would love to hear from you. Just call our sales department at 941-361-4639. To view previous episodes, go to snntv.com under Programming. I'm Nancy O'Neill, and we'll see you next Friday on Suncoast FYI.